The Lord has a sense of humor, people.
No, let me tell you, it works. I mean, I don't feel bloated and I don't eat as much. But another thing that really helps.
Bienvenidos. I'm Kairym, your savvy kitchen explorer and global traveler.
And I'm Lulu. Welcome to the Beehive, your space for inspiration and positive energy.
Together, we're serving up Cafecito Conversations, bridging cultures, kitchens, and the soul.
We're here to help you find the grace in the in-between, one cup and one conversation at a time.
From strategies to elevate your crunch time cooking to savvy tips for your next big adventure.
To inspirations you need to keep your spirit and your community thriving.
Grab your cafecito. Let's get savvy.
Let's get inspired.
Welcome back to Cafecito Conversations. Today is Monday, and I had such a fulfilling weekend. Lots of steak and some really nice skinny truffle fries that I ate my serving and my kids' portions. It was amazing. And now I feel like I need to run a marathon.
This weekend was Mother's Day weekend. We celebrated on Saturday. First of all, he tells me about this restaurant, my husband. I'm speaking about my husband, my wonderful husband. And he tells me the name, which I cannot pronounce because it's one of those CH words. That sounds ridiculous coming out of my mouth. Anyhow, he tells me the name of the place. It doesn't register because it doesn't sound fancy. It's majestic. It's huge. It's different. It's very nice.
Did you indulge in something specifically?
I cannot go wrong with ordering risotto.
Good.
If I go to a place, I will order something that I am not cooking. Well, it depends because I also like to go to restaurants that cook the same things I do. Usually if it's like a Cuban or Dominican or Puerto Rican place.
Well, those places usually it's like abuelita cooking in the back of the kitchen.
Exactly.
In those restaurants. That's why they're amazing.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you lose sight of your health habits that you usually have during the year when the summer comes around?
I lose habit all the time. Look at my cheeks. For those of you who are just listening, I have huge cheeks. I love them. They're plumpy. My kids love it. My husband love him. I love him.
Well, I like good food, really good food. And with good food, it means nothing too greasy, nothing too, nothing that makes me feel stuffed and just blah. So for me, keeping my habits over the summer, it's part of my thing. Since I'm a Libra and I'm so unorganized, I need to always have my plan 365 days a year for my meals because if not, I just lose sight of everything.
I gotta ask, why do you keep saying you are this and you're not organized when all I see from you is organization?
I'm a Libra.
What does that have to do with you?
I'm super disorganized. That's why I have to be so strict with myself. It's twice as hard for me to accomplish something because I need to focus so hard on it because I get distracted really easily. The type of planning that I do is very superficial. It gives enough structure to at least not lose focus. But if I go into too many details, then it just gets too complicated and I move on.
I feel like you're very organized and like you're very detailed planned, especially in your food. I mean, your food is delicious. I feel like my food is very starchy. That's the things I like to cook.
I like proteins. Lots of protein. For me, it's a balance. It's, when we grow up in kindergarten, they teach you about the food pyramid and how a plate you should look with a side of vegetables, a side of a starch, a side of protein. And that's how I've grown up eating, basically, because especially Caribbean food, it's mainly rice, beans, and some sort of meat, and maybe a green salad on the side.
Maybe.
It's a full circle of health when it comes to meals. And when I need to eat a full meal, it has to have those 3 or 4 food groups.
So how do you keep the magic alive when you're in the summertime with your kitchen?
Like I said, I don't like to get too specific, but I always have that mindset that you are what you eat.
Ooh.
And I do love, a milkshake and a nice dessert. But if I'm going to have a dessert, it has to be the best dessert or something that I really am going to enjoy. But if I was going to have it every single day, it loses the magic. So I try to keep it simple. You don't see a calendar in my house that says specifically by ingredients and by meal and recipe what I'm going to make. A few years ago for Pensacola Mom Collective, I wrote a piece called Healthy is the New Skinny. And it just derives my meal calendar in by day and then just by meal type, not by specifics. And then it just gives me some insight when I have to go to the grocery store what to buy for the next few days.
Well, I like your mom collective thing. Is that something we can find on your website?
You can find the piece on my website for sure. You can go directly to Pensacola Mom Collective. But just to give you an example, for example, Mondays in my house, it's pasta night.
Oh, so you have it by day.
I have it. I divide a type of food by day. So it's not spaghetti bolognese night or it's not lasagna night, it's pasta night. Why? Because either I have leftovers for the weekend that I can just toss with some pasta and cheese and some sauce and call it a day, or I can do it from scratch and it's still simple enough to cook because pasta is one of the most easiest and delicious meals I think exists in the world. So like Mondays is pasta day, Tuesdays is Taco Tuesday. And that's the best part. You get a rotisserie chicken from the store, some tortillas, and everything can be store-bought or you can make it from scratch. It's up to you. Wednesdays is slow cooker day, which means that that same Tuesday that we do the quick tacos, I throw something in the slow cooker, whatever recipe I have, either a soup, braised beef, or braised chicken, or something like that cooks overnight. Even ribs, a full rack of ribs, you just throw them in there already pre-seasoned, no liquid or anything. In 16 hours, you'll have the perfect smoked ribs. Thursdays is leftover days. So whatever is left over from slow cooker day and, earlier in that week, that's what we'll have for dinner. Pizzas is for Fridays. So we have pizza Fridays at home. The kids enjoy that. They get to choose if they want to make it at home or from scratch or if they want to order takeout or we go somewhere. And weekends, there's only brunch and dinner served in the house. And usually dinner only comes from the grill, be it burger, steak. I'm a steak person. You will rarely find burgers. But we'll do shish kebabs, pinchos, and steak and whatever, side salad or rice and beans is usually the go-to because it's so easy. It's year-round.
Oh,
because if you're at home,
even in the summer.
In the summer, if you're at home, you're on a Monday, let's take the day off to take the kids to the public swimming pool in your area or to the beach. You still have to think about how to feed them. Yeah, you might get food out and about, but maybe the kids already have instilled in their head they like pasta, so you go to an Italian restaurant. Yeah, let's keep it an Italian restaurant to not mention names of places that I wouldn't go.
Right.
Or you come home and it's easy. Just boil some pasta, make some mac and cheese, whatever rocks your boat. But it just keeps your mind focused and you don't have to be thinking, oh my God, what am I going to cook today? It's a pasta. You then just figure out what kind of pasta.
So that's my go-to when I don't know what to cook. But we're going to go back to few episodes back where I talked about that I like change. And I cannot have the same thing every week, same day. So it doesn't matter. It's like whatever I feel that day is what everybody in the house is going to eat.
Oh, that's important. Yeah, that's definitely. It's not a restaurant.
No.
You don't cook a la carte at home.
No.
Everybody gets what they get.
Exactly.
But you have to simplify your life because then that's when you were sitting here, for example, and then, oh my God, what am I going to cook for dinner tonight? It's Monday. And I already know. Well, I know it's some sort of pasta.
The last 3 years, I had this agenda where I can write down what I was going to cook during the week. Or I had this app that I still have it. I've had it for like 15 years now that I use it. It's called, should we say names? Yeah, of course. It's called Mealime, Mealime.
Never heard of it.
I've always used the free version of it because it's easy, and I don't have to pay for it. But it gives you ideas of what to cook. And let's say I've learned how to cook because of this app because it would teach me step by step what to do. And to order stuff from the grocery stores, you will put like everything that you are going to order, like the food from the actual recipes. It'll auto-populate this list, and then you can send it to like Instacart or Walmart or Publix for someone to buy it for you and bring it home.
That's amazing.
So it was kind of like those companies that you just order and then you choose the food and then they will send you the ingredients and you will still have to cook it at home.
Mm-hmm.
So it would basically be the same thing, but I would just do it pick it by myself because I did try those companies and they suck.
No, it's just they take 45 minutes to prepare. I have friends that used it, and it's just not. It takes me 30 minutes to make a meal every day.
Yeah.
That's the average time frame. When you stick to my plan, for example, the pasta, the tacos, it's a 30-minute thing.
Yeah.
Especially on weekdays that you're in a hurry or in a rush.
We need to do a cooking show one day.
I know. I've been trying to figure out how you can do a podcast about that, but it's so hard when you listen and not see what's going on.
Are you kidding me? I just want to hear the sizzling of the pan. Like telling me. Okay, so keep going. Keep telling me about how do you do the shopping now?
I go to the grocery store twice a week.
How do you shop at the store?
I have all the stores memorized. I hate going to the store. So I'm usually doing like the show from back from the 80s, shop till you drop. You see me just running through the aisles, getting what I need. And I know where each thing is in each aisle, but I always start with the produce at least. And I stick it to twice a week. Monday, Thursdays are shopping days. Mondays I shop for the days leading up to Thursday, and then Thursday I shop for the weekend. And at least it saves plenty of money and some time in shopping hours for sure. The three things you will always find in my fridge are onions, peppers, and garlic. They're actually called the Holy Trinity.
You know how I have those? Frozen. Because I feel like if I buy them at the store, they always go bad by like the third day.
If you buy them pre-chopped or pre-diced, they will. But no, vegetables can last 7 days in your fridge without a problem.
Well,
Bell
I want them to
peppers
last
and
me
onions.
for 3 weeks.
No, that's too long. Particularly onions and peppers, frozen ones, they get very soggy. So when you saute them, they hold water, so they'll lose that water and they will not get that golden color that you would like.
Ladies, ideas. If one day you have nothing in your refrigerator and you remember that you have it on your freezer, these are $1.99
Nice.
at Publix. They're already chopped. They're called a Trinity. It's red and green peppers and onions, and is a big bag in the frozen aisle. Great for like if you're gonna do chicken, shredded chicken, and you're gonna mix it all together, or if you're gonna do ground beef, they are great for that because the kids don't.
They dissolve into your
They
meal.
dissolve into the meals.
Definitely.
Yeah.
No, but it's something that you should always keep in your fridge anyways. You should always have fresh onions, fresh garlic, and fresh peppers because I can guarantee you that 85% of recipes will hold one
those three.
or those three ingredients.
Which onions would you get? You prefer?
Spanish yellow onions for generic cooking. Red onions are better for salad. And they'll last pretty long, believe me. Just make sure you always have them. And then you pick one protein a day. I don't try not to repeat just to keep the balance of the protein intake. Beef, a chicken, a seafood, and pork. And then the rest of the days are vegetarian or leftovers.
Oh, wow.
And repeating whatever I have.
What I learned from the app was like avoid the middle aisles. If you notice in the supermarket, the real bread is from the bakery, and you can go get your hot dogs buns or your sandwich buns or whatever else, or your baguettes or your Cuban bread or Puerto Rican bread.
Freshly baked.
Freshly baked, yeah, exactly. And also you want to avoid the candy like you mentioned. And
yeah, all the preservatives and prepackaged items that you want to avoid.
the app will never send me to the middle except to buy something that have to be bottled, like the olive oil or the soy sauce. Like if we would do soy sauce or like specialty sauces that
I
you
always
don't
have soy sauce in my house.
Yes.
I use it for almost everything. And you can caramelize onions, for example, with that. And when I make a stir fry, either Asian stir fry, I make a fajitas stir fry. It just enhances the heat that's coming into the meat and the vegetables, and it browns them really nice and caramelizes
That
them.
sounds delicious.
That's a little tip from your savvy kitchen explorer.
Can I buy this one from the brand Maggi?
Maggi is very popular in Europe, actually.
That's what I was gonna tell you. I didn't know the Russians or get
Austrians,
them,
everybody
the
eats Maggi.
Austrians, yeah, even the real Vietnamese people. I don't know. It's not even a soy sauce. It's something else.
No, it's like a chicken bouillon mixed with Worcestershire sauce or something like that. It's a salty. It just enhances the flavor
That's
of your
another
food,
word.
and it's amazing. Worcestershire Worcestershire sauce. Anyways, when it comes to shopping, Keep it simple. Get your main vegetables. If you keep those three ingredients, those main vegetables in your fridge, then you just have to pick one nice vegetable, a zucchini, maybe some lettuce, some fresh tomatoes, and then you just work with those. Don't buy everything you see because then you really let stuff rot in your fridge.
I have something rotting in my fridge right now. It's the butternut squash. What do I do with that?
I usually stick to one main vegetable a week just to teach them how to eat in different ways. And my example is butternut squash that you mentioned. It cooks really quickly. So it doesn't really take that long to prepare in anything. And what you do is just peel it, make sure you take out the seeds from the core and dice it. You can saute it with onions and garlic on the pan and make risotto with it. You can just take the cubes, throw it in a lentil soup just to give it some flavoring and some structure. You can also boil it with some onions and garlic and herbs, blend it, and make a really nice butternut squash cream soup. And you save half for another day. You can even freeze it. And then the other half, I actually mix it with pasta. And I add a cup of grated fresh Parmesan cheese or pecorino romano. Creates this mac and cheese looking
Yummy
pasta that is so delicious that still today my kids think it's mac and cheese. And there's no mac and cheese in my house. You'll never find that in my house. I can't stand it.
What did they do with the one that I gave them?
They love it. I don't like it.
Okay,
That's why they love it, because I don't cook it at home, but I trick them. They're having a really healthy pasta dish that didn't take long to prepare. And this little butternut squash or huge butternut squash gave me 3 different meals. Kids try it in different versions, and it's delicious, it's healthy, and keeps you inspired in the kitchen. It gives you goals. You should understand that when you cook with fresh vegetables, it's easier to cook than with other complicated pantry item recipes because everything cooks quickly. It's the way to stay fit and healthy and still enjoy what you eat.
You love your kitchen for sure.
I
We
do.
all know that.
But
It gets noticed that you make mac and cheese from scratch.
well, from squash,
You
not
know
from
what I mean.
scratch. I could sit here for hours and talk about food and how to navigate in the kitchen. I can sit here for hours and talk about food and how to navigate in the kitchen. But what do you feel is a spiritual ingredient in our cooking? We're balancing careers and family, but when we're in the kitchen, how does that space help you reconnect with your purpose and your faith?
For me, it works when I make a prayer before eating. Believe in speaking to your food or to your water. Specifically, my water is very important. I once watched an experiment on TV where they had 2 waters. One, the teacher, this was in a classroom. So the teacher told the kids to speak ill to one of the waters, let's call it number 1 water, and then to the other water, number 2, to say nice things to it. The experiment lasted about 2 weeks, and you can notice that as the day went by, the water that was nice was still clear, but the water that was speaking to them like ugly, it was darker. And both were contained in the same container. So another thing that helps me move, or basically going back to like speaking to the food as well, when you make a prayer and you are speaking towards it and you say, hey, bless our Lord and this thy gift, like the Catholic prayer, thank you so much for this food, or thank you for coming inside of me. Once you get in here, I'm going to feel healthy, beautiful, and thin. That's what I usually tell it.
The Lord has a sense of humor, people.
No, let me tell you, it works. I mean, I don't feel bloated and I don't eat as much. But another thing that really helps is telling yourself that you're going to eat another bite, or repeat again. For example, let's say a pizza. You have your first slice of pizza. Let's say you go for 2 slices of pizza, but you're already full. Then you want to keep going. You tell yourself out loud, I am going for a 3rd slice of pizza. And believe me, this connects you and gets you an awareness that really you don't need that slice of pizza. And you stop. It works with repeats. It works with anything. Just remind yourself, be in awareness, because sometimes when we're eating, we forget. I mean, it happens to me. Hello. Look at my cheeks.
Well, to close out, here is an important tip from your savvy kitchen explorer. There are 4 things that you should have in your pantry at all time. Definitely an above average Spanish, Italian, or Greek olive oil. Always have a good balsamic glaze. You would never think about it, but you can season your proteins with this. You can drizzle your salads. You can make so many things with it. And I actually get a really nice high quality one at TJ Maxx and Home Goods. And always have a high quality salt and pepper meal. That definitely enhances any meal you cook. And I use also one that I find from Spain in Home Goods called Carmencita. So if you see it, grab it. And to impress your guests this summer, with those ingredients that I mentioned, you make this fresh, most delicious Italian salad called insalata caprese, which is as simple as you can imagine. Just sliced tomatoes layered with sliced fresh mozzarella and then topped with a fresh basil leaf. You just drizzle the balsamic, the olive oil, the cracked salt and pepper, and you will cook to impress, believe me. And what's your beehive reflection, Lulu?
Your body is your temple. Do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit within you, whom you have from God, and that you're not your own? For you have been purchased at a price. Therefore, glorify God in your body. That's from 1 Corinthians 6, from 19 to 20. There was a time I looked at my body with pressure instead of purpose, like something to fix instead of something to honor. But a temple isn't rushed. It isn't criticized. It's cared for, protected, respected. And I'm learning my body deserves that kind of love. Not because it's perfect, but because God chose it to carry me through this life. Through motherhood, through growth, through every prayer whispered in quiet moments. So today, I pause and ask myself, how am I treating the place God lives in? A gentle reflection for today. What am I feeding my body, physically and emotionally? Am I speaking to myself with kindness or criticism? Have I allowed my body to rest or only pushed it? What is the one small thing or one small way I can honor my body today? Today, I choose to nourish my body with intentions, not restrictions. Move my body with gratitude, not punishment. Rest without guilt. Speak life over myself, because honoring my body isn't about control, it's about sacred care. And little by little, with grace, I'm learning to treat this temple like something sacred, because be patient with the process, because little by little, bees build their hives.
Well, there was a lot of information delivered in these episodes. Don't hesitate to check our notes and follow us on social media at From My Kitchen to the World LLC, or you can check more recipes in my website, kairymyvonne.com.
And for more practical gratitude habits, follow me on Instagram at lulus.beehive.
See you next time.
Adios.
Ciao.
From the mountain air to the island breeze, we're finding the grace in the in-between, where the order meets the flow.